Hey Taurus, welcome to your September reading. I hope you guys are doing well. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing. I will clarify as well as pull a few intuitive oracle cards. Check out the shorts. I pull a card for each zodiac sign every day of the week. And I'm going to tell you with the five, you're the fifth reading I'm doing. The Death card has come out a lot, the Three of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like there's been a lot of repeat patterns and themes for the month of September. So I'm interested to see what comes out for your reading, Taurus. Spirit, give me guidance for Taurus for their highest good for the month of September, please. And thank you. So yeah, I'm very interested, Taurus, to see what comes out for you. So you have the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the High Priestess, the Page of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the overall energy for the reading is the Temperance card. Okay. So with the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, let me back up a second. With the Knight of Wands, I feel like it's adding the needed energy for you to move forward and pursue something here. It's like you have the drive and motivation to make things happen, and it's time to direct that energy towards your goals here. And the Nine of Pentacles, I'm sorry, um, is speaking of you know, how you've worked hard to build a sense of security and independence. And again, it's like now is the time to take risks and chase your dreams. And so it speaks of action, and reminds you too that you've built a foundation of stability and abundance that can act as a safety net as you take chances and venture into the unknown here. Okay. I do feel like you're ready to take some type of risk and make changes in your life. And I don't mean anything dangerous, okay? Let me be very clear when I say take risks. But you do have the tools and resources necessary to achieve your goals. It's just up to you whether or not to take the action. And I feel like this is telling you it's time to take that action. It's encouraging you to trust yourself, take the risk, and have faith that you're going to succeed in whatever it is with your endeavors, okay? With the Five of Swords and the High Priestess, I do feel like you're facing some type of challenging decision, and it may be a struggle, okay? And maybe you're struggling to reconcile something or make something right, but I do feel like you need to really listen to your intuition, your gut, you know, um it's and listen to your inner self and not so much like you need to cut out the noise from external influences or people. Okay. That is truly what I'm getting right now. The high priestess reminds us to listen to that inner voice that we have, to trust our intuition, even when, it may be telling us something that feels difficult or uncomfortable. Okay. Because the Five of Swords does remind us that, our decisions have consequences and that we have to be willing to bear the weight of those consequences if we choose to pursue a particular path, right? Um, but again, I do feel like you're facing a situation, and you may have felt betrayed in some way as well, or let down by someone close to you. But I do feel for some of you, this may also be a warning to be cautious that, not everybody has your best interest at heart. And again, that's where your intuition is going to come into play. Trust your instincts, okay? Especially when it comes to trusting people. Don't let your guard down with that. Trust yourself, okay? Stay true to your innermost self, even when faced with difficult decisions or challenging circumstances. All right. So with the Page of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, I am getting the sense here. How can I say this? Give me a second. It's like I'm getting the sense that you're experiencing, like you're trying to, be excited, get excited about something and creative, right? With the Page of Wands. But with it's like there's a sense of financial uncertainty or some type of struggle here. And I do feel like you're being encouraged to look at new opportunities, but yet be cautious, okay, with resources. Avoid those get rich quick schemes, things like that. All right. Again, I feel like that's where your intuition needs to come into play. So nobody, it's like, pulling the wool over your eyes, right? Um, I do feel that some of you may be feeling excluded or left out of something, okay? Or maybe even undervalued in some way. But understand that there's plenty of potential for you to branch out and explore new opportunities here with the Page of Wands, okay? I mean, it's just, I do feel like there's something where your ideas can flourish here, okay? You do have people who can and want to help you navigate through some kind of path, all right? And I do feel like use your creativity, use your energy here, okay? Um, and just be careful who you trust with information as well. I don't know why I'm getting that, but that's what I'm getting. With the Two of Pentacles and the King of Wands, I do feel like you need to balance leadership and control, okay? Having flexibility, like you're going to need to be flexible here, okay? I do feel like there's a strong vision you do have with the King of Wands because he is the builder, but you're going to have to maintain some type of balance and adapt to changing circumstances as well, is what I feel. So there's no, sometimes sometimes the King of Wands can be a little stubborn, but again, I feel like you're really going to need to be flexible, especially with this Temperance card right here. Like, I just feel like there's a strong sense of needing to balance and adapt to circumstances around you. All right. Um, Also, you may need to consider different perspectives from something. All right. Um, I do feel like you're going to be juggling several things, several responsibilities. And again, you're going to need to find a way to balance all of these things, all of these demands. And again, balance your passion with practicality here. Maintain flexibility even when you're facing challenges here, okay? Like there's great potential here. But again, balance your vision with practical aspects, okay? With the Temperance card, it speaks, over the overall energy here. It does speak of things coming into balance, being patient, and working on things. So let's go ahead and start clarifying because I feel like there's a lot of energy here. Why is the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles here? For Taurus, why is the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles here? For Taurus, please and thank you. Why is the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands here? All right, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Star. Yeah, I feel like there's been some struggle to take action. Perhaps you were healing from something or needing to heal something or work through something. And now I feel like you've done that and it's time to take action here, Taurus. I feel like it's time to make some type of deep, lasting commitment to yourself. And with the star, it's like you're going to be guided. You're going to be guided along the way. It's like you just have to start moving and taking action to get to your path here. So let's see why the Five of Swords and the High Priestess is here. Why is the Five of Swords and the High Priestess here for Taurus? Why is the Five of Swords here and High Priestess here for Taurus, please? We have the King of Swords and the Two of Swords. I feel like, again, there's been a struggle with making a decision. And it's like with the King of Wands, I feel like, how can I say this? I do feel he represents authority, leadership, intellectual power. Okay. The King of Swords is typically a mature man, doesn't need to be a man. It's just the masculine energy here. But he's able to make clear, logical decisions. Okay. Um, he is a strong leader. All right. He also is symbolic of wisdom and discernment and rational thinking. And I think that's where there's been an issue here, Taurus, like feeling very indecisive with that Two of Swords, trying to weigh things out, but just becoming really conflicted. And again, I really feel like you're going to need to trust your intuition with something moving forward. Okay. Something might not be clear, but you have to stand in your power to get clear. Okay. And look at the pros and cons, weigh things out, and make the decision and move. Stop hesitating to take action or fearing, I'm going to make the wrong decision here. Why is the Page of Wands and the Five Pentacles here for Taurus, please? Why is the Page of Wands and the Five of Pentacles here for Taurus, please? We have the Five of Pentacles again and the Tower. Okay, so I'm getting the feeling like things are going to be changing. Okay, no doubt. And I'm not gonna lie, like something could be coming crashing down in a sense that leaves you feeling alone and unsupported in some way, okay? This doesn't seem like this is easy. It's gonna be rough, okay? Um, and maybe you feel like everything's around you is falling apart, okay? However, I feel like you need to know there is still hope because when these cards with these two cards here coming together, I do feel it's like a reminder to reach out to others for help and support, even if it feels difficult or maybe even embarrassing. Okay, to do that. I feel like, in the face of when you deal with when you are in the face of adversity, I cannot speak. When it's staring you down right in your face, you can find the inner strength and courage to move forward and build something new. And I feel like this is what the lesson is for you for the month of September. Okay. Like things are needing to be moved out the way to move forward because it's like forcing you to get your inner strength and courage to move forward. There's something that needs to be built new and fresh. Okay. Um, and this is going to allow you to grow and evolve. You're being pushed into something because perhaps you've taken too long to take action with something, or you're just not moving fast enough with it. And spirit's like, okay, it's time to really move. Now it's time to now move. Okay. And I feel like by embracing any changes or challenges in your life, even reaching out for the support you need, you're going to emerge and you're going to become stronger and more resilient than ever before. So like that is what I'm getting here. It's like, it's like watching water boil, right? It just seems like forever. And I feel like you've been waiting for something, and it's like just so much uncertainty that something's going to be forced upon you, and you're going to have to make a decision. You're not going to have a choice but to make a decision. You're taking too long. Okay. You've taken too long with something. So you're going to be forced to make a decision. All right. Let's see. Why is the Two of Pentacles and the King of Wands here? Why is the Two of Pentacles and the King of Wands here? Oh, a card just flew on the floor. You have the Seven of Pentacles and you have the Ten of Cups. Yeah. So I feel like, with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like Here it's that him waiting for things to come to fruition. He has planted the seeds here and he's waiting for things to flourish. I was just speaking of watching the water boiling, right? And I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, you're going to need to assess things. What's working, what's not. Make that decision that's going to lead you out of this hardship into this Ten of Cups energy. And I really love that for you, Taurus, because I feel like September, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, is going to be a tough month. It's going to be tough. And you know what? That's when we sometimes we thrive the best, right? When we have pressure under fire, okay? Let's see why the Temperance card is here. Why is the Temperance card here for Taurus? Why is the Temperance card here for Taurus? Oh, Julie. Why is the Temperance card here for Taurus? Why is it okay? Your first card is the Queen of Pentacles. And you have the King of Wands again. Okay. So, with the Queen of Pentacles, she is patient. All right. And I feel like with this is telling you things are going to come into balance in divine timing. Yes, you need a little bit more patience and you need to take a leadership role here. Hence the King of Wands. Okay. He is a leader. He is authoritative. He is a builder. And it is time for you to build and start over here. Be patient. Things are growing without you being able to see them. And sometimes that's the hardest thing, right? We plant seeds, and sometimes it just takes longer than what we hope for things to start flourishing. And I feel like whatever this tower is for you is moving things out the way for things to start growing for you and start moving things in your favor. So let's see what we have for the intuitive from the intuitive oracle cards for you. Your first card is mind and heart harmony. When mind and heart align, your intuition becomes crystal clear. Cards are falling for balance and harmony. Inner balance amplifies intuition. Stay in harmony with yourself. All right, Taurus, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Have a beautiful day. Keep standing in your power, and I'll see you soon. Bye.